If you're a SpaceX fan, you definitely know about the name Blue Origin. For a long time, Jeff Bezos' company has challenged SpaceX in all rocket contract disputes, but pitifully, Blue Origin has always been the runner-up. Now, the final card that Jeff is pulling from his hand is the Jarvis project. But what exactly are we seeing here? I say, this bears a striking resemblance to Starship's position at the starting line 3 years ago. Let's get into this topic more in today's episode of Great SpaceX. Thanks to Tom McCool's recently updated image that was shared on Twitter, we can see that this image shows Blue Origin's Jarvis project. Notice anything familiar? You should, since it actually resembles the prototype of the previous Starship SN4. When examining the vertical cylindrical body of the tank, one must note the meticulous design of the top section and the steel pieces connected through welds. The only notable distinction between the two vehicles is the addition of a distinct yellow stripe encircling the Jarvis vehicle. It's interesting to speculate that Blue Origin engineers incorporated this particular detail to avoid potential confusion with the Starship prototype. But we shouldn't be surprised by more than 80% similarity between these two vehicles. This isn't the first time we've realized that Jarvis has copied Starship. In fact, we've seen it since 2 years ago. And look at that, right from the start, it's been built around Starship's SN3 designs. At the time, the photo quickly caught the attention of rocket enthusiasts, and the CEO of SpaceX was also quickly mentioned. Before the image copied his idea, Elon Musk simply replied with 2 rolling on the floor laughing emojis. This simply proves that Blue Origin's Jarvis project is nothing for Elon Musk to worry about. But to be honest, its development is quite interesting. To understand more about this copycat project from Blue Origin, let's dive into the storied rivalry of the two prominent private rocket companies of the aerospace industry. Jeff Bezos, the visionary entrepreneur, laid the foundation of Blue Origin back in 2000, driven by his ambition to pioneer private space tourism. However, despite years of extensive research and development, Blue Origin faced setbacks and was unable to achieve significant milestones. Though having been in existence for 23 years, Blue Origin has not actually launched a rocket capable of delivering payloads into orbit successfully. At the same time, however, SpaceX, which was founded 2 years later after Blue by the equally ambitious Elon Musk, quickly emerged as a formidable competitor. SpaceX's journey to success began with the triumph of Falcon 1, its maiden rocket, which reached orbit in 2008. Several years later, SpaceX would continue tirelessly to conduct tests on its Starship prototypes, having gone through a total of 7 iterations in less than a year at one point. A series of groundbreaking launches, including Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy, solidified SpaceX's position as a trailblazer in the space industry. During this period, SpaceX secured numerous commercial launch contracts, attracting substantial investments totaling tens of billions of dollars. Most recently, the launch of Starship S-24, accompanied by the world's largest and most powerful booster number 7, showcased SpaceX's unwavering commitment to rapid development, even in the face of an explosion during the mission. The success of SpaceX, exemplified by groundbreaking achievements like a kite meeting the wind, served as a catalyst for Bezos' sense of urgency. Blue Origin's only way is to replicate one of SpaceX's most remarkable technologies by starting the New Glenn rocket project, which aims to directly challenge Elon Musk's dominance in the industry. In a collection of leaked documents acquired by Ars Technica, it's revealed that Bezos' space company is copying its competitor. Blue Origin then hired competitor analysis firm Avicent to assess SpaceX's strengths and weaknesses. The most obvious example can be seen in the New Glenn rocket with the ability to be reused by vertical landing method. Utilizing methane as fuel, the rocket also has an extended landing leg with adjustable mesh fins like Starship's booster and is planning to land on a drone ship like the Falcon 9 first stage. Jeff Bezos did not stop his copying act as he continued to introduce the Jarvis project as the next stage of the New Glenn rocket. This project was first made public in July of 2021 as a fully reusable upper-tier development for New Glenn. Testing the storage tank project is an important part of creating a reusable upper tier. Another aspect is selecting and finalizing the second-tier design. Both projects are operating in Blue Origin's Advanced Development Projects department and are moving forward. The Jarvis project includes storage tanks which aim to rapidly prototype propellant storage tanks to withstand the ordeal of multiple launches and re-entries. Engineers at Blue Origin are studying the use of stainless steel as a material for these tanks, just as SpaceX produces interstellar spacecraft and super heavy thrusters. Stainless steel is cheaper and is better able to withstand the plasma-inducing heat from atmospheric re-entry, but its weight is roughly 5 times that of composite materials. To move quickly and test whether SpaceX's iterative design concept can be emulated, Bezos empowered the engineers leading Project Jarvis to innovate in an environment free of strict management processes and paperwork. This prompted the rapid progress of storage tank research and development and sent it to the launch pad. But at the same time, another team has been studying 3 different ways to design and load the vehicle. One is to install a huge wing on the upper level so that it looks and functions like a space shuttle, which will then separate from the thruster and carry the payload, and then return to the runway. Bezos has expressed doubts about the wings that some people like, although none of these are bad. The reason I like vertical landing is because it has very good wings. They can extend quite well at a certain size, but they end up having a lot of dead weight to carry. The second method involves the use of the aerospike engine, which acts as a heat shield upon returning to Earth's atmosphere. This method has great potential, but may require the design and construction of new engines, which will be a costly and time-consuming endeavor. The third method is similar to SpaceX's interstellar spacecraft concept, using a combination of flaps and propulsion combustion to land the vehicle vertically. This appears to be the best option among the 3, and Blue Origin is expected to decide in the future. But regardless of the final design, the propellant storage tanks in all 3 designs will be cylindrical. It's something that will compete with SpaceX's spacecraft, a move that shows how much Jeff Bezos' determination has grown. He is not going to give up the competition, even though SpaceX's rate of innovating space travel is at the pinnacle of industry standards. In the end, Blue Origin's efforts up to this point demonstrate its tenacity. Jeff Bezos' emulation of SpaceX to learn new things will contribute to his business development and generate interest in the potential for improvement and technological advancement in the aerospace industry as a whole. Despite the progress thus far, the Jarvis project still cannot compare to the development of Starship. The latest image of the Jarvis is merely a replica of the Starship from 2 years ago, without significant improvements. Blue Origin needs to intensify its efforts and achieve significant advancements to narrow the gap between Jarvis and the current level of Starship. There's still a long way to go, but the first thing he needs to do is achieve orbit. It's not difficult to speculate on who's the winner at this point, considering all the impressive and daring advertising campaigns and successful launches. Elon Musk's spacecraft seems to be the clear victor. However, Blue Origin still has a chance. Only time will reveal who is right and who emerges as the ultimate industry leader. But is Blue Origin simply trying to recreate SpaceX's spacecraft through the Jarvis project, or are they actually working on developing something more novel based on the world's #1 space exploration private company? You decide. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you enjoy what my team and I are doing, you can become a patron through our Patreon link in the description below. Otherwise, as always, this is Kevin from Great SpaceX, and we'll see you next time.